Today's video is going to be very personal. I'm going to be talking about something in society, sort of a philosophy thing about, how we look up to our parents, we respect them, and society expects us to respect our parents. And I just think that's baloney, and I want to explain to you why. Hope you enjoy. What's up, boys and girls? This is Vin Jim here. Hope you're having a smashing day, and this is your first time to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And for the rest of you, thank you for joining me once again. Yeah, Peter McKinnon does it better. Okay, guys, so this video, I want to be absolutely we just have to get a few things straight, like a few ground rules before I go into this subject. First of all, if you love your parents, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't love your parents, okay? If you respect your parents, you love them, you like hanging out with them, great, keep doing that. This is not about that, I'm just talking about the responsibility that parents and society puts on kids, that we have to love and respect our parents. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't have the best relationship with my parents. I don't want to get into much details, but I want to explain to you that, first of all, my parents are divorced. I just said I wasn't going to go into it, but yeah, my parents are divorced. And I've always been like this ping pong ball between them. They've been talking crap about each other, and then they've been sort of trying to influence me to feel the same way. And after a childhood with that kind of behavior and some other stuff, today I'm like 36, and I've just come to the conclusion that I don't want to be with my parents. Yeah, it's like that. All my life I've been in this situation where I've sort of had to choose between parents, and it's like if they don't care about my feelings, or it's all about whose fault is this, so your father is so terrible, or your mother, she doesn't know, and blah blah blah. And they basically asked me to pick, and I've told them that I can't pick and I never will pick, and I'm just tired of it. So I don't spend much time with my parents. I just don't. And I think that I made a video about old people a couple of months ago, actually, where I basically said that you don't have to respect old people just because they're old. You should respect people because they do something that is worth the respect, okay? Age does not, give you some ultimate respect, I mean, what if you're like a 90-year-old pedophile, you don't deserve respect for that, you know what I mean? And it's the same thing with parents. Just because they're your parents, you don't have to respect them. You don't. Your parents should get the respect that they deserve, not because they're parents. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I was recently at work, I work as a consultant, and somehow we got into this whole discussion about parents and stuff, and I mentioned that I don't get along with my parents, that when I was a kid, I don't think they did a good job. I think that they put a lot on me, and for very selfish reasons. And this guy at work who had just become a parent, so you know how people are when you just become parents, they think the whole world is about, it's the best feeling in the world having kids, they get into that mode. And he without even hearing the rest of the story, he went, look, I don't know a lot, but your parents, they did the best they could. And just like that, just by saying that, he was completely ignoring. He didn't take into account what he didn't know. He didn't know what actually went on in my childhood. Your parents, they did the best they could. And I was I respect the hell of the guy. I like this guy. He's really cool to hang out with at work, and I get it. He's just become a parent. He has a kid, and obviously he's very enthusiastic about it. But his experience as a parent doesn't mean that it's everyone's experience as a parent. You know what I mean? So you don't know what it's like when your mother tells you that you're so stupid, you're just like your father. You don't know that experience. You don't know what it feels like to feel that every Christmas you're gonna disappoint one of your parents, because since they don't want to be in the same room together, you have to pick who you have to spend your Christmas with. I don't get along with my parents for lots of reasons, and for lots of years I've had to struggle to sort of keep my sanity. And I've always heard this thing that you have to respect your parents, you have to love your parents because they gave you this life and everything. But the truth is, if you don't like your parents, then you just don't like your parents. Then it happens. We cannot like everyone. And if those people who you don't like happen to be your parents, like in my case, then it's too bad, but that's the way it is. You really can't change it. Believe me, I've tried. But I've basically gone to the point where I can hardly talk to them on the phone because I'm just so freakishly annoyed with them. And there is always some kind of a game for them. Like, they hate each other and they have to like ask me questions about the other parent, and I'm sick and tired of it. And I'm done. I don't need that. Like, I get along with people. With my wife's parents I get along, but with my own parents I just don't. And I think that we, as a society, I really think that we have to understand that yes, you should respect your parents, but if they don't deserve it, they don't. It doesn't take a lot. Like, I know a lot of people who have an amazing relationship with their parents, and the main reason is because they get along. And if they don't get along, then they just don't get along. I think you have to have a mutual respect for each other. And if your parents don't respect you, if they don't treat you good, you should not rely on that old societal thing that you always have to respect your parents. That's just wrong. Again, parents and old people, they should not be respected because they're parents and old people. They should be respected because they deserve the respect. That's the main point of this video. That's all I'm trying to say. And again, I'm just trying to put it down there again, that if you have a loving relationship with your parents, but you fight a bit from time to time, that's fine. Like, I'm not saying that you should dump your parents or anything like that. I'm just saying that if you feel on some level that you don't get along with your parents, and the time you spend with them gives you more pain than pleasure, then I really think that you should take a step back and you should find people who make you happy. And in my case, my parents just don't provide me happiness. I think I had a really terrible childhood, actually, most of the time. And it's not that I'm blaming them. I've forgiven them for all things that happened. I just feel that today I just don't feel that pleasure you're supposed to feel. When you haven't met someone you really like, you haven't met someone you really like in a really long time, and you meet them for the first time and you hug them and you're just super happy to finally meet them again. I don't feel that. And I don't think that I should somehow force myself, because the thing is, like, I can't choose to feel what I want to feel. I can't. My feelings are my feelings. I can't change the way I feel. I can try to, reprogram my thoughts about my parents, but the feelings, I can never change that, So it's a done deal, And I think that if you're in a similar situation where you are, and not just your parents, just a relationship with anyone, and you just feel like, well, she's my wife, or, oh, he's my husband, I have to be with him. If they don't provide you happiness, you really should consider finding people who make you happy. I think that's the only right thing to do. You shouldn't lie to yourself. It's not going to make you happy or anyone happy. Because the most important person in your life is you. That's the most important person of your life. So I know this episode just it got more personal than I plan on making it, but I just felt it's important. I wish someone had told me when I was younger what I just said, because I just feel I've wasted a lot of time and energy and emotions over this thing with my parents. I don't like spending time with them. I wish I did. I really do wish, but I don't. I can't change that. I tried. All my life I've tried to change that. I can't. I don't get along with my parents, and it's sad, I know, but it's not even that I blame my parents. Like, my friend at work, he is absolutely right. They did the best they could. I understand they had their problems with each other. I get that, but it's not an excuse, you know. It's not like I'm supposed to allow anything goes, you know. I just can't. I wish I could. I just can't. Whenever my mom calls, I avoid talking to her because she just makes me upset and sad, and I don't want to be sad and upset. So, you know, doing it out of loyalty to your parents, it just feels wrong. Now, I'm gonna guess that a lot of people are gonna like completely disagree with me, and they're gonna put it in the comments. And you know what? I respect that. You know, you have a right to your opinions. If you don't agree with me, that's totally fine. But I would just love it if you can put it in a mild, respectful way. Like, Vinny, I get your point, but I disagree. Something like that, because this is personal to me, and I don't want to get too upset about this, posting this video. I wanted to be honest about something, and if you could respect that, that would be really cool.
Okay, that was it. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, see that like button, smash it. And I got some freakishly awesome videos coming up. Better subscribe so you don't miss a beat. I'll see you later. Peace.